Ten Hag out is trending again. The loss to Manchester City did hurt so many a United faithful, including former players and legends. Paul Scholes says clearly the decision has already been made by Sir Jim and his team. Welcome to the United Hotspot. My name is Webb. Now, in this video, we are going to focus on our chances of finishing in the top four, but most importantly, on what is likely to happen to the boss Erik Ten Hag following this capitulation at the Etihad Stadium against our noisy neighbors in blue. Now, here's the thing. So after us losing to Manchester City by 3 goals to 1, of course, Erik Ten Hag comes out. He was certainly disappointed at the loss, but he said a couple of things like he always does, saying that we stuck to the game plan, we played very well. Now, these are things that do never sit well with Manchester United faithful. We don't lose to Manchester City, and you come out and say we played very well, we played according to the plan, meaning the plan was not good enough. Now, whether you've got 10 players playing or 8, it doesn't matter. If you're Manchester United, you're expected to figure it out as a manager and win games of football. Erik Ten Hag continues to lose and make the wrong statements, and this has not sat well with Man United supporter number one, that is Sir Jim Ratcliffe. As we do here now, the latest reports coming through suggest that Sir Jim and Ineos have already made up their mind about Erik Ten Hag. Even before us getting into this fight, perhaps they foresaw what was bound to happen, and already they are talking to Graham Potter and a few other people, including Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who is looked at some as a possible returnee to Manchester United. So it's not looking good at all for Erik Ten Hag. But for you to understand that this is not just about sentiment and opinion, because to Ten Hag, like to some Man United supporters, we play okay, we played very well. I think honestly, for me, we lost honorably against a powerful team. For by our standards now, by what I expected from Erik Ten Hag and his players, I think it was not a humiliation. At least I saw a bit of a fight. We scored a beautiful goal. We were organized in our defending. They were never expected to play better than Man City. It is sad that I'm saying this about Man United, but the reality is that's where we are. But Erik Ten Hag, I cannot be a manager of Manchester United and after the game I make such statements. Whereas what Erik Ten Hag is true, and that's what I said, that there was a game plan this time, quite unusual of a United team. I cannot be the manager of Man United and say that, because you would know best that the expectations of all supporters of Man United, regardless the situation, regardless the injuries, is that we should be winning games of football, more so against big rivals like Manchester City. But here is the thing, the table standing does not look ugly at all. These are the top six. United wants the ultimate goal for United this season is to finish among the top four and to win the FA Cup. Now, really, the top four chances, if the table is anything to go by, Liverpool 63, Manchester City 62, Arsenal 58. Those are out of our league now. Aston Villa and Tottenham, the clubs we are competing with for the top four, uh, uh, for the fourth position. Uh, Aston Villa, 27 games, same as we've played, have got 55 points. We are 11 points shy of them. So we are 11 points off top four. 11 points. That is three wins and two draws. That's what we need. Now that means Aston Villa have got to lose points as we get them. We get all the 11 points as they lose all. Now, honestly, it's not easy to expect that can happen. Not that it's impossible, but it's not easy. Clearly, logically, whereas mathematically we can still make it in the top four, logically it's going to be a huge ask, more so given the squad we see that we know. Look at the goals. We are now at a goal difference of -2. Just a few weeks ago, our goal difference was 0. 33 goals scored, 33 goals conceded. Rasmus Højlund comes and scores us back up ahead of the red line, on top of the red line. We come on top of it, just goes down to gets injured again. We slide back. Now our goal difference is -2. How terrible! This could be one of the worst runs for Man United at this stage in the league. It is so terrible to see. Now these are the things that are making it clear that for Erik Ten Hag the job is in trouble, because even the upcoming fixtures, honestly, do not make matters any simpler for him. We are playing Everton next. It's a home game. Everton are trying to fight relegation, whereas it's home. It's a difficult game, honestly. We cannot, if we could lose against Fulham at home, You cannot say it's obvious because we are home, we will beat Everton, even if we should have the best chance. We want to be in to win the FA Cup. We have Liverpool next, still at Old Trafford. That's the advantage, but it's Liverpool guys who are not so far, or in fact, who are better than Manchester City, if the table is anything to go by. So another difficult game. That's in the FA Cup though. If we are ejected out of the FA Cup by Liverpool, then what is there for Erik Ten Hag to compete with? The season is gone just like that. Brentford away, that's an away game. We don't get easy results away. Our results are always hard earned. Even if it's a victory, it's hard earned away. So what mindset shall we have going into that game? Then after that in April, we take on Chelsea at the Stamford Bridge. What do we expect? This Chelsea gave Man City a proper run for their money, but the same Man City obliterated us. Chelsea play football. We don't have an identity. Are we also going to come and defend against Chelsea? Again, big questions to ask. Difficult game. Then we face Liverpool again. The beauty is still that we'll be at Old Trafford, but it is Liverpool, guys. We have Bournemouth away. The easier games are away, but you see, this season it looks like even at Old Trafford we struggle. So whether it's away or home, it doesn't matter. Then we have Newcastle after that. So you think about that, and you clearly see that it is going to be a very difficult future for Erik Ten Hag and Man United. And the body language for me, the facial expressions. Then he spoke about how it seems Evans and Marcus Rashford were not fully fit coming into the game. That's why he pulled them off, that he was protecting them from injuries and stuff. Now you're thinking, if that is the case, which players are going to see us through until when Rasmus Højlund returns, until when Lisandro Martinez returns. So it is clear really that it's a difficult time for Erik Ten Hag. Honestly, you hate to see it, but the results, the performances, the statements he makes are not helping matters at all. And I cannot sit here and tell you I will be shocked if Erik Ten Hag is fired. I think Sajim clearly is seeing it. I think Ineos have had it. They have had enough of it. They are just now waiting for the end of the season. They are just doing the civil thing, respect the man, because probably he's trying to put some good work in to try and leave a good foundation for whoever will follow after him. But the reality is that loss to Manchester City. How do you lose to Man City in a derby? You're Erik Ten Hag and you say, we played according to the game plan. We played very well. These are the statements he made. Same things he said after losing at Old Trafford to Fulham. And he forgets Man United supporters. You do remember how Jose Mourinho said that the best achievement he has had in football is finishing second with Man United. Up to today, Manchester United supporters will never forgive Jose Mourinho. They don't care about the context. That's the thing with a big club. Fans won't care about the context. You make such a sweeping statement, you have to stand by it, but you also die by it. You live by it, die by it. Erik Ten Hag has made one wrong statement too many. It is clearly for me, even on his face, you can see it, that he has lost the hope. He can talk about the good run he had that we went on with, but you see, no one will remember that. No one even wants to think about the good season he had, his first season at Man United. No one cares. All United supporters care about is the current. Man City is days and generations ahead of us. It's not his problem. But as the manager, you're expected that you're paid millions and millions of pounds to figure it out and somehow keep the order. That's why we're a big club. I don't think even under Sir Alex Ferguson, he had also his weak squads at some point. But he still figured out how to make it work. Ten Hag is in danger. He is in trouble because the top four, honestly, for me, I think it's not happening. We might be in the Champions League because we can finish fifth, by the way. But top four, if that's the gateway, if that's going to be the measure of our success, if improving how we play is going to be the measure of our success, it's not happening. Erik Ten Hag is in bad trouble. I hate to say it, but that's the reality. My name is Webb. Subscribe, and I'll catch you later, fam.